Good morning, Alex and friends. I'm Grace. Today is Thursday, February 20th, 2025, and you're listening to Alex's News. The weather in Riverside will reach a pleasant high of 76.7 degrees today, with a low of 52.7 degrees. Coming up, we'll examine the significant changes within NATO as revealed through their largest military exercises, and what these shifts mean for the alliance's future. We'll also take a closer look at the challenges faced by California's disabled community during wildfire emergencies, highlighting the urgent need for better emergency response systems. Plus, we'll explore why there's renewed attention on Fort Knox's gold reserves and the inspection processes at this legendary facility. All this and more coming up on Alex's News. We begin this morning with a significant NATO military exercise currently underway in Eastern Europe. For more details on this developing story, we're joined by our defense correspondent Ethan Parker. Ethan, tell us about these massive drills taking place.
Thanks, Grace. According to military.com, NATO is conducting what they're calling Steadfast Dart 2025, a massive 6-week military exercise spanning across Romania, Bulgaria, and Greece. We're looking at approximately 10,000 troops from 9 different NATO nations, including Britain, France, Italy, and Turkey, among others.
That's quite a substantial force. What exactly are these troops doing during these exercises?
Well, Grace, these drills are quite comprehensive. As reported by Action Newsjacks, they include everything from live-fire training to trench warfare scenarios and even mock amphibious assaults. The exercises involve about 1,500 military vehicles, more than 20 aircraft, and over a dozen naval assets from participating countries.
And this is all part of NATO's new Allied Reaction Force, correct?
That's right. According to military sources, this force was established just last July, so about 7 months ago. It's designed to combine conventional military forces with cutting-edge cyber and space-based technologies. And what's particularly notable is its ability to deploy within just 10 days of being activated.
Ethan, there's been some discussion about U.S. commitment to NATO. What can you tell us about that?
That's a crucial point, Grace. Military.com reports that Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has been pushing European allies to increase their military spending. While there haven't been any announcements about U.S. troop withdrawals, many NATO partners are starting to consider a future where they might need to be less dependent on U.S. security guarantees.
How are NATO members responding to these spending demands?
According to Perplexity data, the response has been quite significant. By last year, 23 out of 31 NATO members with armed forces were projected to meet the 2% GDP defense spending target. Some countries have gone well beyond that. Poland is spending 4.12% of their GDP on defense, and Estonia is at 3.43%. The U.S. still maintains the largest share at about 3.38% of GDP.
And Romania seems to be playing an increasingly important role in all of this?
Absolutely, Grace. Multiple sources indicate that Romania has become a crucial NATO ally. They've contributed over 150 troops to NATO's eastern flank battle groups and opened an international F-16 pilot training hub at Fătăști Air Base in late 2023. Their military spending has reached 2.26% of GDP, showing their strong commitment to collective defense.
Thank you, Ethan, for that comprehensive report. That's story 1 of 3 this morning. We turn now to a pressing issue affecting California's most vulnerable residents. Joining us to discuss the state's ongoing challenges in protecting disabled and elderly individuals during wildfires is our reporter Chloe Martinez. Chloe, what can you tell us about the current situation?
Grace, California is facing significant hurdles in safeguarding its disabled and elderly residents during wildfire emergencies. Just last month, in January, Southern California fires forced the evacuation of approximately 2,500 nursing home residents, highlighting persistent gaps in the state's emergency response system.
What specific concerns have been raised by advocacy groups regarding this issue?
According to Cal Matters, a coalition of 126 organizations, including major groups like AARP and the Alzheimer's Association, has called on state leadership to make this a priority. Their concerns are well-founded, as a 2019 state audit revealed serious deficiencies in county-level preparation for helping vulnerable populations during emergencies.
Can you tell us about any existing programs that are trying to address these challenges?
Yes, the Disability Disaster Access and Resources Program, or DDAR, is currently providing assistance during emergencies, particularly with power outages and evacuations. However, LA Finest reporting indicates that many evacuation centers still lack basic necessities for disabled and elderly individuals, such as appropriate cots and medical supplies.
What about nursing homes specifically? How prepared are they for these emergencies?
The situation in nursing homes is particularly concerning, Grace. Studies have shown that 83.9% of facilities in wildfire risk areas had at least one emergency preparedness deficiency. Even more alarming, according to Palo Alto Online, 53% of California nursing homes have been cited for emergency preparation issues in recent years.
What solutions are being proposed to address these problems?
CalMatters reports that several improvements are being considered, including more centralized planning, better evacuation center preparedness, enhanced communication systems to identify those with special needs, and expanded emergency education efforts. There's also a push for improved training for caregivers, who often become de facto first responders during these crises.
Thank you for that comprehensive report, Chloe. This is clearly an ongoing issue that will require continued attention as California faces more climate-related challenges. Here are some other headlines. A suspected drug smuggling tunnel connecting Morocco to the Spanish enclave of Ceuta has been discovered by Spanish authorities. The tunnel, believed to be used for trafficking drugs between the two territories, was uncovered on February 20th. Police are conducting further investigations to identify those responsible. Michigan Supreme Court Chief Justice Elizabeth Clement has announced her resignation, effective by the end of April 2025. Clement, who was appointed in 2017 and became Chief Justice in 2022, will leave her position with the court currently holding a 5-2 Democratic majority. Governor Gretchen Whitmer will appoint her replacement. The Senate is moving forward with the confirmation of Kash Patel as FBI director, following a party-line committee vote of 12-10 and a full Senate vote of 48-45. Patel, a former Trump administration official, has faced criticism from Democrats over his loyalty to the former president and controversial past statements. A final confirmation vote is scheduled for Thursday. The Trump administration has ordered New York City to halt its recently implemented congestion pricing system. The toll, which charged vehicles $9 to enter Manhattan south of Central Park, was designed to reduce traffic and fund mass transit improvements. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy called the toll a slap in the face to working-class Americans. A significant shift is occurring in the fitness industry, as the traditional no pain, no gain mentality gives way to an emphasis on recovery. This new approach, supported by technological advancements in wearable devices and mobile apps, focuses on holistic wellness, including mental health and proper rest periods. Many gyms and corporate facilities are now incorporating dedicated recovery spaces with amenities like massage chairs, saunas, and cryotherapy chambers to support this trending philosophy. In our third story this morning, a fascinating controversy is brewing over one of America's most secure facilities. Joining us now is our financial correspondent, Ethan Parker, with details about recent claims regarding Fort Knox's gold reserves. Ethan, what can you tell us about this developing situation?
Thanks, Grace. According to Associated Press reporting today, former President Donald Trump has made a rather striking announcement, stating that Elon Musk would be looking at Fort Knox to verify the presence of America's gold reserves. This comes after Musk took to X, formerly Twitter, raising questions about the facility's contents and suggesting a live stream inspection.
That's quite a claim. How has the Treasury Department responded to these statements?
Well, Grace, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent has been quick to address these concerns. As reported by ABC News, he's firmly stated that the gold is present and accounted for, and undergoes annual audits. He's even extended an offer to arrange inspections for interested senators, though the specific details of these potential inspections haven't been outlined yet.
Interesting. When was the last time anyone actually got to see inside Fort Knox?
That's a fascinating point, Grace. According to KSTP's investigation, the last public viewing was quite some time ago, 1974 to be exact, and even then, it was what many called a show audit. with only about 6% of the gold reserves being shown to a select group of journalists and members of Congress. The last full audit goes back even further, to the 1950s.
What about the current holdings? What are we talking about in terms of value?
The numbers are staggering, Grace. Based on Treasury records, Fort Knox currently houses over 147 million troy ounces of gold. To put that in perspective, that's worth approximately $290.9 billion, based on valuations from July 2020. The facility itself is one of the most secure in the world, with multiple layers of security including electric fences, reinforced steel and concrete barriers, sophisticated alarm systems, and armed police presence.
Has there been any other recent attempt to verify these reserves?
Yes, actually. Several senators, including Mike Lee and Rand Paul, have previously requested access for verification but were denied. The most recent notable visit was in 2017, when then Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin and Senator Mitch McConnell were granted access, though this wasn't a comprehensive audit.
Thank you for breaking this down for us, Ethan. We'll certainly be keeping an eye on this developing story. That's all we have for now. Today's episode was made by Alexander King with Claude Sonnet 3.5, Gemini Flash 2.0, the Perplexity API, and the Google Cloud Text-to-Speech API. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow, Alex.